Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to Generation X Nation. This will be my 3-minute wrap of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Let's go. Let's get it started. First, we're going to start off with the next morning after the dinner brawl about whatever happened with Meredith and her husband. They all taking yoga, I guess to relax or something. After they leave the yoga class, apparently it didn't work because Angie and Meredith decide to go get Brittany's unicorn and throw it overboard. Really rude and disrespectful on you, Meredith. And you know you don't like people doing stuff like that to you. Now they move on to breakfast. As they're sitting down in breakfast, once again, Meredith being rude, she turns her back to Brittany, calls her a pea brain, says she has an issue with Whitney because Whitney knew about this alleged social media post and didn't bring it to her. And they go back and forth, and that was the end of that conversation. Now they're exiting the boat. They leave the crew a great compensation. That crew couldn't wait for their behinds to leave. That crew said, "This is the loudest group of women I've ever worked with." They were happy to see y'all go. Trust me, they were happy to see y'all exit that damn boat. Now they're back at home. The first person to meet up is Heather and Brittany. Brittany is still upset. She's still having anxiety about Meredith. I don't know why you let Meredith bother you like that, Brittany, but it wouldn't happen to me. Okay, you should have been cussed Meredith out. I don't know if you built for this show. Then the next meeting is with Whitney and Bronwyn. They're admitting that they're having this open marriage. Thank you. Well, it ain't like we didn't know something was odd. You both married to these old dudes, but hey, just my opinion. Now, the rest of the conversation is going on this whole thing of the airplane ride where Meredith lost it. And Meredith is going to sit here and try to convince us that none of this happened. Even though we don't see the footage, I believe wholeheartedly all of it happened. Because when Mary Crosby has to stand up and say it didn't happen and look Meredith in the face and Meredith still trying to tell her it didn't happen, that is BS. Because one thing about Meredith, Mary minds her business. Mary eats and sleeps and minds her business. She don't get too much into that mess. She may make a quote every now and then, but one thing I believe is she does tell the truth. Lisa swear it didn't happen when she was sitting there with Heather. We wasn't that loud. If we was loud, they would have threw us off the plane. They didn't throw you off the plane because you have privilege and you was sitting in first class. Stop playing. You were rude to that lady. I believe you did pull her hair. I believe you did shake her seat, and all those people who were texting during the plane ride saying how loud it was. That wasn't made up, Meredith. And we done seen you go from 0 to 100 easily. And you and Lisa together are bullies. And y'all have bullied everyone on that show at some point or time, either together or single. But y'all have bullied all of those people before. Don't sit here and try to convince me that you wasn't the person that they described on that plane. I guarantee we'll see the footage at the reunion. They're saving it for that to catch Meredith in her lie. And with that being said, next week episode, we get to see Mary doing her best in church preaching. We'll see how that goes. Peace, and I'm out.